Hello YouTube, my name is Jerome. Welcome to my shop. I'll give you a quick tour. This is the inside of the garage. It's a regular two-car garage. It's 24 by 28. It is 10-foot ceilings. It's pretty much as big as I can make it inside the city limits without any sort of special permitting, anything sort of like that. So it's fairly standard other than that. It doesn't have, I did get a 60 amp service, so there's plenty of power that I can sort of send out here. I just need to work the wiring on the inside and all that kind of thing. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what I already have. It was completed in January and it's February. So I've just started moving in, just started making things. So we're just getting going. First off, this table saw. It's actually from my dad's old table saw. It's the saw that I learned how to use this table saw on. It's a Craftsman Flex Drive 10-inch, and it's on a little mobile base that came from, I think, a feed cart at some point. The thing with the Flex Drive saws is they use this little drive shaft down here. I'll throw it up here. But anyway, this drive shaft down here that runs the blade instead of a belt or a pulley or anything. The only downside of that is I don't think they sell those anymore, and eventually they'll wear out and break, and I think you can buy them for like 120 on eBay or something. The entire saw is not even worth that much. So once that breaks, the saw's done. And that one's been on here for about 10 years, so who knows when that's going to go. Sitting on the saw here is a box joining jig. It's Ed Stiles' design. I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo. So it's a very excellent design. It works fantastic. It was very easy to build, very easy to put together. As you can see, I don't have a lot of the tools, so that's what it is. On the mobile base unit, I put in this four top box, electrical box. It's run with an extension cord, and that's where I use my circular saw, and they can use this as a bench that's plugged into other things. Works fantastic. All right, the first project I actually made in here was these pair of workbenches. There's one here, and then there's one way over there. They're all made, mostly the sticks was all done with the leftovers of the shop itself, the garage build. You see the whole stack of lumber over there? Everything shorter than the wall is all from the shop. I didn't cut any of that. So it's all scraps, things like that. I just added the plywood, made 3 drawers, added the tops, pretty easy. The second thing I made was this little shop cart down here. It's on wheels, it rolls. It's got short stuff on the top, long stuff I could throw right there, and then everything else I just kind of been storing on the walls until I make racks and things for it. As you can see, I have a lot of pipe clamps and other clamps that all need to get put together. The shop is new. I need to make all that stuff, and I'll get around to making videos of all that things later too. I just did a parts run, and that's for the drill press stand, which is going to be my next project, but we'll go over that later. This right here, the sawhorse with the bench on it, it has a holdfast in it. The top has got holes in it, so I put holdfast and screw the benches down with this vise on it. This was actually my workbench for the longest time because I lived in apartments and stuff, and I just needed something. You can see it's really falling apart, so the sawhorse is still really good, so that's going to keep. I'll build a pair of it eventually for it. But the vise is actually going to go on that bench over there where the drill press is. I do have other little tools here, nothing really worth mentioning. I do have a torpedo heater because right now it's running on diesel. It's 20 degrees, I'm cold. And as you can see, it's not sealed up in here at all, so don't worry about fumes or anything like that because it's all going to go right out. My next project, like I said, was a drill press stand. This is an old Delta Milwaukee DP220. It doesn't really have a serial number. It's from like 1940. The only reason we know they call it DP220 because if you look right here on the casting, it says DP220. You probably can't because of the light. Other than that, it's a very solid machine. I looked at a lot of different drill presses to try and buy a new one or something, small bench tops and even floor models and things like that. None of them were built as good as this thing. And everything's all smooth, it's pretty rust free. There's only one problem with it, and that's the wiring. The switch on this thing completely broke off. I can still use it with my finger, but I really gotta push it in there to get that in there. So it used to have, this model used to have like a little, there used to be like a kind of a wire that came up to here that had a little ring in it on the top. You pull that forward, and that's what you use to make turn the door press on and off. But that's all broke. Everything's gone. So I'm basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewire it to the base and put a switch in the base somewhere where I can't flip it accidentally. And I'm also going to rewire it with a ground wire because this only has the 2-prong, which if you're ever going to rewire something, put a ground on it. Especially these old tools. I mean, they've gone this far without grounding, but you might as well just do it. It's easier. This is an old 6x48 sander, old Craftsman. I picked it up for basically nothing, so it just doesn't have a motor. I need to build a base for it, and that's all going to go on that side of the shop. Because this is going to be all metalworking. I got my metalworking bandsaw already. I got drills and stuff all for that. But other than that, I mean, I just got to get everything started because I don't have the wiring over here for a welder or anything yet, and all that stuff has got to be done. So, all right, so that's my shop. I still have to get lighting in here because the lighting is pretty bad. It's just the 2 bulbs and then windows. That's all I got. So that's got to get done too. Like I said, there's a lot of things that need to get done in the shop. I'll try to get as many videos out on all that stuff, and then we'll have some fun when we actually start building things in here that don't need to be for the shop. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.